Throughout your whole primary education, and unless you're a science major, probably your higher education career, you were taught that James Watson and Francis Crick discovered the true shape of DNA, the double helix. That discovery led to them winning the 1962 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. What you don't know, though, is that there was a woman behind the scenes named Rosalind Franklin that made all of their discoveries possible. History Today says that Franklin attended Cambridge University, but because at the time Cambridge did not award degrees to women, she graduated with a degree titular. After receiving her education, she went to work for King's College London Medical Research Council Unit, where she did all of her research on DNA, fine-tuning X-ray imaging in order to get the best pictures of DNA possible. While working at King's, she wasn't able to get along very well with her other scientists, largely due to her being female and unmarried. She wasn't allowed to enter the pub that the men would go and meet and discuss their findings in, and she wasn't able to enter the senior common room, according to the Quarterly Journal of Speech. And while she was working at King's, she had a lab partner named Maurice Wilkins, who believed himself superior to her and didn't understand why she wouldn't address him as a superior, even though their job descriptions listed them as equal. While working with her, he stole her photo 51, which was one of the best photos of DNA at the time, and gave it to a competing lab where Watson and Crick worked. Using her image without her permission and without rights, they discovered the double helix, leading to their Nobel Prize and their discovery. After 1953, Franklin was informed by King's College that she was no longer allowed to work in their lab and that she was prohibited from ever working on DNA ever again, as discussed and discovered. So she left King's and went to work for Birkbeck College, where she studied and discovered the structure of tobacco mosaic virus. In 1956, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer and continued to work in the lab until 1958, where she passed away from ovarian cancer. I chose to discuss Rosalind Franklin because she's one of the greatest examples of women and women's work not receiving the credit it deserves. I've been learning about DNA since the 6th grade, and it took me until college to hear about this. Not only did it take me until college, but it was in a major specific course, meaning that most of the people walking around this campus have never heard her name either. So if this, one of the greatest scientific discoveries ever, was not attributed to all the correct people due to gender, can't you just imagine how many more there are? The world that Franklin lived in was vastly different than the world that we live in now, but I hope that you remember that was only 50 years ago. So the next time you sit in a class, in a lecture, and you learn about some discovery or idea that was founded by a group of people, but that coincidentally doesn't name a female, I hope that you'll remember Rosalind Franklin and at least consider the idea that there were hours of work and a massive amount of work put into that discovery, all unnoticed, all not credited by women like her. Thank you.